Norman, your impression first, then we'll go for listening your a couple of breaking news stories that you are following from Washington.
Yes, good morning, Scott. Glad to see you there, and hopefully I will be able to join you all very shortly. Enjoy your time. You should have a great experience. Thank you. Today, is a lot of news happening globally and particularly focusing on the United States. Uh, as you know, we have had some issues here regarding guns. Um, we had another, sadly report, we had another killing 50 miles from Rhode Island at Brown University. They're still looking for the suspect in regards to the shooting and the killing of two students and the wounding of, I think, nine others. They're still looking for that. Consequently, 50 miles away, in Boston area, Brookline, Boston, an MIT professor and the head of a physics department was killed. Uh, they have no suspects. This is a very suspicious activity, and the campuses and the whole academic world is mourning this and trying to figure out what is going on. Uh, the FBI stated that the two incidents have no suspects, but there's no nexus between the two incidents regarding that. So we have two incidents 50 miles apart regarding shootings and killings, and the suspects have yet to be located.
All right,
Moving
sir.
down to Washington.
Go ahead, sir. Sir,
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah,
Sir,
moving
go ahead.
in Washington. Yeah, moving to Washington, D.C., the president and the Trump administration has put additional sanctions on the Venezuela uh, oil tankers. So all ships coming to and from Venezuela is being subject to a blockade. And the other issue is that the president has put out additional sanctions on uh, travel sanctions on Syria and Palestine. Um, you notice we are looking at this situation that now they can't come to the United States right now. They're prohibited, along with several other countries, to come to the United States.
Uh,
And there's another issue I want to talk about regarding the military of the U.S. A lot of people don't know about this, but this is happening right now, and it's going to have a profound effect on the way things work militarily and in the future regarding the U.S. military.
what are the implications of offering NATO-like security guarantees to Ukraine without full NATO membership? Because the country is already destroyed. People of that country already displaced. Most of the buildings, power plants, energy services already destroyed. So after that, negotiation is coming, and still Volodymyr Zelensky has to sacrifice his territory. It is a big question of integrity, dignity and sovereignty of a country. I want to get your impression on this particular, Sir Norman.
Yes, I have information that will basically challenge all of what we're talking about. The situation in Ukraine and Russia, uh, for my opinion, has already been decided. There's been discussions with the different governments, Russia, there's through Witkoff and Jared Kushner. There's been discussions about how things are going to be managed as we move forward. The European Union has been notified that the shift is happening. The United States is in the process of changing this military combatant structure globally, and part of that is meaning a reduction in military presence in Europe and the Middle East and Africa. They're in the process of combining forces, reducing the number of four-star generals globally down from 11 down to 8, and that will mean a consolidation of command structure. The emphasis of the United States is now on Western interests, the Western Hemisphere, not the area of Europe, not the area of the Middle East and Africa. They will be coming under what we call the international division of scope of operation under one single command. The emphasis is going to be on the Western Hemisphere as we dealing with South America issues and Asia. Uh, we have a party over there called China that we're going to be building up on that. So right now, NATO is going to be turned over to Europe. That's coming. The number of troops in Europe is going to be reduced from down to about 7,000 to 8,000. Of course, all of this is pending Congress approval, but the Congress is the Trump administration controls what's going on. So there's a lot going on right now. The prognosis is basically changes is in place. Ukraine is going to be dealt with and policed and taken care of by the European Union and whatever they decide with the territory with Russia. So the United States is taking a position of a from an enforcer to a mediator. Diplomatic approach is going to be military is going to be pulled back, and they're going to leave that up to the people in the Arab nations and also in Europe to deal with issues over there. Our focus is America first and focus on the Western Hemisphere and providing security and military support for that. So it's a fundamental change coming. These things are planned right now, and don't be surprised if you hear more about this.
First, let me take two questions from Mrs. Farhana Ali. She has done two very relevant questions. I'm sure Norman would be the best choice to face these questions. Farhana Ali says, US leadership and policy, how are recent moves by the US administration influencing global alliances and international stability? I found this question very interesting, and she also has done another question: how effective has NATO been in responding to today's security challenges, and are its red lines clear enough? Very smart questions from Farhana Ali. Thank you very much. Norman, would you mind to face these two questions from Mrs. Farhana Ali?
Yes, thank you for the questions, and the question is very intriguing. Uh, Everything is changing. The world is evolving. As we speak right now, things are different. We have to look at the big picture, and the big picture is there's a power shift. There's issues. We have two major conflicts right now, who's basically intertwined with each other. We have the Middle East, Gaza, Israel, Palestine, and we have Ukraine and Russia. These two incidents have to be resolved. If they are not resolved, we will have continued conflict. They will have flare-ups all over the world. We have copycats. We'll have different things going on. And now we're looking at looking at Venezuela, the United States. All of these intertwined. We give you a good example. The unfortunate killing massacre in Sydney, Bondi Beach, is being challenged by Israel. Israel is saying that the government of Australia didn't do enough for protecting the Jewish people. Uh, they're stating now that Iran is involved with this. There's information that now they're stating that Israel perpetrated this situation. So now we got this back and forth issue because the core issues hasn't been addressed. So we have to understand that if we don't deal with this issue in the Middle East, the rest of the world is going to explode. because we have serious problems here in the United States, everywhere. Nowhere is safe until address these core issues.
Uh,
Israel is blaming now another country. Iran is now being brought up. The United States is being brought into this because they want, now, we had to do a attack based on Israel to Iran. And now they're looking at them again. Hey, they're causing the problem. We need to do another attack. We need to do this. We need to make some type of concession. The United States position now has shifted towards now, hey, we look at the big picture. This is a big hot mess. We're going to step back and be a mediator, and we're going to let y'all work this thing out. We are not going to get involved in your local stuff. You have to resolve this. You've been doing this for centuries and it hasn't been resolved, and we're not going to be able to resolve it for you. You have to do it yourself. We can assist you, we can provide you support, but this is a homegrown issue that you have to deal with. If not, the whole world is going to go up in flames.
as you are mentioning, the Congress has a big role in today's situation, especially Ukraine and Russia issue. I framed a question for you. What role should the United States Congress play in approving security commitments tied to this deal, or disapproving, I mean bouncing this proposal from Donald J. Trump, the President of United States of America?
Basically, Congress has been briefed on exactly what the transition is. As I mentioned before, things are happening, and the issue is that America is now focusing on the homeland. They are trying to get out of these conflicts globally. They want to shift our focus from being a global enforcer, the policeman of the world, to the mediator. They want to negotiate with the countries and try to bring to a term where they can coexist and not kill each other. The part of military actions it's been discussed that we want to reduce the amount of interactions that we do outside of the Western Hemisphere. The Congress has basically talked about the budget, talked about spending, and monies has been put in place, forecast for the budget to provide military support for the homeland, not the international affairs. So you're going to see a lot of shifting. Congress is remember, this is a Trump administration Congress. They're
Uh,
going to follow what the president recommends. They have been briefed on the plan, so the plan is already there. The implementation is now taking place. So the impact is going to be based on follow the plan, follow the plan.
there have been ceasefires and negotiations to halt the Israel-Hamas war. Violations and violence continues, and civilian humanitarian conditions remain very, very dire. World knows it. I just want to know from you, what are the main obstacles preventing a lasting and enforceable ceasefire in Gaza, because Netanyahu is not listening anyone, even his boss Donald J. Trump.
Yes, thank you for the question. One word, trust, the lack of trust. No one trusts each other. Uh, Certain people, certain countries are saying they want to participate, they will to provide support, they provide resources, they provide people, and nothing has happened. So the situation right now is Israel is doing what they want to do, particularly now with the U.S. new policy developing that they're going to basically serve as a mediator. They're taking off the helmet and putting on the robe. Uh, and so Israel is now taking advantage of that situation, knowing that Big Brother is not going to be in the territory. they're going to provide resources, and we are basically on the ground, and we will determine what is peace, what is ceasefire, and how this thing is going to end. So right now, with knowing that the U.S. is taking a hands-off approach, they're weaning themselves away. Uh, Israel is wrapping up the jigsaw. They're basically they're destroying the infrastructure there, and they want to get their way and take over the whole region. So right now we see a situation. No one is going to be able to stop him because no one care about stopping him, and the people in the surrounding area want to be concerned, but they don't want to get their hands dirty and participate in the solution.
Norman, a corrupted person is leading a nation called Israel. He himself has a lot of corruption charges. President Donald Trump is pursuing the mercy from the president for him. He's killing people every day. He's violating ceasefire laws. He's violating UN Charter, Geneva Convention, and modern human behavior. But nobody is doing nothing directly with him. Why?
That is a very difficult question. Why? And my only response to it is that people are complicit. They don't want to get involved, engage with a direct conflict because there's repercussions. Everybody knows the actions that has been taken by the administration is what we call non-legal, hasn't and its courts are telling them that, but it still goes on. No one has the guts, I call it, the guts to challenge it. The only one can handle that is internally. Internally, it has to be the people of this country, this great nation, and they have to make a decision. Enough is enough, and we're not going to tolerate it. External pressure is not going to work. It has to be internal because his mission is to be America first. But what is America first? Is it Trump's version or is the people's version? So that's what we have to figure out. Have to be a clear understanding is that is the people will or is my will?